Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy Czar. I have a couple of more picks for tomorrow. So tomorrow's gonna be Monday, August 12th. I have about four picks for you guys. But before I get into any of that, I am working with a company called Elite Picks. Basically, we offer a $200 a month plan. That's gonna include picks for NHL, NBA, MLB, and every Saturday, I will be posting some kind of UFC picks. So keep an eye out on that. If you're kind of wondering what that plan entails and you just wanted to see what it's like, we are offering a free month. So basically, how you access that is you deposit a minimum of $25 via Bet Online using this link below, and you would pretty much send some kind of proof over, so a screenshot or something like that, to at least get us started. We can use that, and then we'll kind of take it from there, get you that free month, and then after that month is up, if you want to continue on, you'll use this link to access that $200 a month plan. And then besides that, if you just want to have some fun and you just kind of want to see what everyone's like, we do also offer a Discord. So that will be right here. And so basically, you'll have someone on there posting, for example, like Brewers on FANDUEL are at -115 compared to BetMGM, who's going to have it listed at -150. So just some line shopping there, pointing out some line discrepancies. That Discord will look something like this. So, for example, this guy just posted three picks. So some will be player props, some will be just straight up money line, over unders, just kind of like a mixed bag in here. So again, that's just mainly for fun. Also, I'll be using some kind of a tool on here that's called Outlier, and that's going to have like a lot of trends, ERA per 9, expected FIP, a bunch of things like that. So if you like deep diving into stats, Outlier is going to be the name of that, and that will look like this. So like I said, this will have line discrepancies. This will tell you who the pitchers are, their records, earned runs per 9. And then, like I said, if you like that tool, let me go back over here. They also have a 7-day free trial. So if you like that tool and you're like, wow, I kind of want to mess around on that, see what that's all about, you can use this link. I will attach all the links in my description. So you just click it, kind of go from there. If you need any help, like I said, feel free to comment, reach out via email or something like that. I have no problem helping you out with that. So again, that's going to be the link for the tool I'll be using today in today's video. And again, that's called Outlier. So starting off for today's picks, though, let me go back over here. I'm going to be doing the Boston Red Sox, or I'm going to be rolling with the Boston Red Sox over the Texas Rangers. I think the Texas Rangers are kind of slumping right now. And given that ballpark, since the Red Sox are at home at Fenway, it's a tough ballpark to pitch at. And you have someone that's unproven in Mayhill going for the Rangers, and I think he's going to get lit up here, if I'm being honest. So I know Brian Bayo hasn't had the best numbers so far this year, not what we expected per se. However, you got to kind of treat Fenway like Coors, so like what the Rockies deal with. So when you have like a higher ERA, you kind of have to take it, home away splits, if that makes any sense. So I think Bayo does enough to get this done. I think the Red Sox offense is, a lot better right now. I think if we would have said that at the beginning of the season, it could have been up for debate, but the Rangers are just slumping. They're not looking good this year. That's to be expected. So again, I'm going to roll the Red Sox here. That's going to be at negative 134 via FanDuel, and it goes all the way up to 140, so 6 cents, and that'll be at BetMGM. So we're going to roll Red Sox on the money line here. All right, guys. So next up, we have the Dodgers taking on the Brewers. I know I've been fading the Brewers a lot, like a lot. But again, when you show me Kershaw coming off that injury, struggling, clearly struggling, and I think his age plays a role in that. And I know Freddie Peralta hasn't looked great either. And look at that ERA. It's 6.75 versus the Dodgers. But again, when we look at Kershaw, he's 0-2. He has a 4.38 ERA per 9. He's pitched a total of 12 innings, and he has 8 strikeouts per 9. So not terrible, but again, he's giving up a ton of contact, and he hasn't looked like himself this year. So, and I think there's been in these games where the Dodgers have needed Kershaw to be Kershaw, vintage Kershaw, and he's not. So again, I'm gonna trust the Brewers here. I've faded the Brewers, so I don't know. Use some caution here. I don't know the Brewers that well, I guess. So whenever I fade them, they win, and when I don't know, we'll see if I pick them and they lose. So kind of let's see. So the Brewers are going to be at negative 105. That's going to be at ESPN Bet, and they go up 7 cents. The max is going to be through DraftKings, and that'll be at negative 112. So use some caution. This game's a little tricky, if I'm being completely transparent with you guys. I'm just going to ride the hot hand here. The Brewers have looked really good. The Dodgers just needed, kind of took it down to the wire against the Pirates there. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on the Brewers, but I'm going to kind of trust that. So use that or take that with a grain of salt. So next up, we have the Atlanta Braves taking on the San Francisco Giants. This one was also a little difficult. I'm trying to pick some games that aren't super chalky. So anything that's close to or over 200, anything honestly that's even touching like 150. I kind of try to stay away from that. Kind of pick these closer games. So this is to be expected. We have Chris Sale on the bump going for Atlanta, who has been great this year, and then we have Blake Snell, who kind of hard to get a read on him, if I'm being honest. I know he didn't have a training camp because he signed that contract super late into the season. And he looked pretty bad. I don't know if he was just working through that and kind of getting a feel for the new staff. He was a bit rusty because, like I said, no training camp and whatnot. So, or spring training in this sense. I'm sorry, I'm in football mode. But recently, I mean, he has a no hitter and he's looked really good recently. So that was back to back. I know I saw some expectations for him after that no hitter, to be a letdown spot, and he came out and he did it again. So not another no hitter, but he definitely was not. How do I say this? Like a Robbie Ray, for example. Robbie Ray debuted for the Giants, had a really good game, came back the next game and looked awful. So I don't know. This game's hard to tell. I'm going to trust Atlanta here. It's hard. Like I said, Blake Snell is doing really well, and Chris Sale hasn't been Chris Sale-ish. They started the year really hot up until recently. So I don't know. I'm going to take Atlanta here. Again, it's very risky. But at a pick 'em, I still would prefer the Braves offense over the Giants, and we're getting them at -115 through DraftKings. They go up 5 cents through ESPN Bet, and you can get it there at -120. So I know the Braves have also been slumping. I mean, they had a really competitive series against the Rockies, but that's in Coors Field. So, I mean, any team that goes to Coors Field, I think those are truly 50-50 games. As terrible as the Rockies are, that ballpark is just made for runs, and there's not really much you can do about it. So I think this is different in this part. They're in San Francisco. I'm going to take the Braves here. And then next up, last pick for today, I took the Toronto Blue Jays over the Angels. Both terrible teams. Again, this is a really weird game. This line's really close. But instead of giving you guys chalky plays, I'm not doing that. I'm going to take these more evened out lines, and this is to be expected. This is why they're even lines. They're hard to predict. So I'm going to take the Blue Jays here. I know they're kind of hit or miss. So, I mean, one game they're putting up 7 runs on the Orioles, and then literally on Saturday, so I guess last night, they put up no runs against the Oakland A's. The A's scored 1 run, and they won that game. And then today, Chris Bassett's going, and the A's just, I don't know. It's weird. I don't understand what's going on with Toronto. I don't know why they didn't make more moves at the trade deadline, to set themselves up for the future. But in this case, I mean, we have a team that's just as bad with the Angels. You don't know what they're doing. I mean, what's the plan? What are we doing with Mike Trout? What are you doing with Ben Joyce? I mean, he's got the fastest pitch this year. I think he's tied actually with Chapman. But again, I think this is a case of just on paper, I'm going to take Toronto. Give me Guerrero, all day, every day over anyone that's in that lineup with the Angels. And then when we're comparing the pitchers, it's kind of like a cancellation. I don't really prefer one over the other. So we got Francis going for Toronto, who's 4-3 with a 5.44 ERA. And then we got Daniel, who's 1-3 with a 6.04 ERA. So I think this is an early game for both of them, if I'm being honest. But overall, full game, give me Toronto. That's going to be at -105 via DraftKings, and it goes up 5 cents to -110 at BetMGM. So, again, guys, use some caution. This is a really weird card. We went 3-1 today. We're going to kind of go for that sweep today, or tomorrow. I'm sorry. We would have had a sweep today, but Craig Kimbrell got thrown in for the Orioles. He's the worst closer, in my opinion, and he had a lead. He loads the bases, and yeah, game over. So I don't know. I don't know why he's even trusted as a setup guy. I don't get it. But today should be better, or this slate for tomorrow should be better. But again, one more time, there's a free Discord you guys can access. There is the Outlier tool you guys can access for free for a week if you use the link that I will attach. And then don't forget, guys, you can also access Elite Picks for 1 month for free via BetOnline. If you've already used it, though, there is the regular plan. If you have any questions, like I said, just shoot me a comment or an email or whatever. Just reach out, and I'll get back to you guys. So, as always, I will see you guys soon.